indeed. And can I say I'm really delighted to be here. A little bit about myself. I've been a primary teacher. I worked in London schools as a primary teacher. I've been a PGC teacher educator, so that's initial teacher education in the UK, which involves students learning to be teachers and get that qualified teacher status that Teju was talking about. I've also done a great deal of work and still do a great deal of work in continuing professional development. I lead on an MA, a graduate diploma at the UCL, and I also lead on this program, the PGC Teacher Development, which UCL, the Institute of Education, runs through the University of London. So it's a complicated system. Oh, sorry, the last thing, I've been greatly involved in international work. I've worked across the world, but particularly in South Asia and the Far East. I've done a little bit of work in Africa, but we're very keen because we know and we believe that education is the center of developing in a country, that we know that, as Teju said, if you put more money into education, actually, you, as a country, you become far more developed. My learning from those international teacher education, though, is for too many years, countries from the developed world, like the United Kingdom, like United States, Canada, we've frequently sold our courses to other people in the developing world and said, do it this way and you'll be okay. Now, the research says that doesn't work. Many countries for years have had professional development courses from us, and it's not changed anything. You need courses that actually help change practice and make a difference in country. And what we now know is that excellent teachers they're the ones who are empowered to solve their own problems. On Tuesday, I talked to Teju after the presentation, and she was talking a great deal about training. And I said, training is great, but it's only a small part. It teaches you how to do things, frequently with machines. You are trained to run a machine. You don't have to think about it, you're just trained. But the real challenge is educating. And to educate teachers, we have to get them to think about the challenges in their own classrooms and sort those challenges out there. And that's been one of the greatest things that I've learned. So my biggest challenge to you is to say, I am not an expert of education in Nigeria. The teachers are. All of you are experts in Nigeria, not me. And I think that's really important to remember all the way through. So this program is validated by the University of London. And that is particularly so that we can reach out into developing countries and offer it at a cost that is far more affordable for those developing countries. In effect, both the University of London and UCL and the Institute of Education, we are subsidizing at the moment the program to ensure that it reaches people it needs to. So instead, it's less than 10% of the cost of a PGCE in the UK. If you came to do one of our PGCEs, you would be paying in fact, even more than that, you'd probably be paying round about £18,000. And this programme costs £1,717 this year. It goes up a little bit every year, but all programmes do. So that's the first thing. It's validated to be able to be accessed by you. But it's been designed and developed by UCL Institute of Education, the Institute of Education, or the IOE as it's frequently known. And we are number one in the world for education. And we have been number one for 10 years. This is the 10th award we've received for that. Yes, that means we beat places like Cambridge, Oxford, MIT in America. We are number one. We really know about education through our research. And that research underpins this programme. The programme is an internationally recognised award. That means that it's got CATS points accredited to it, so that if you went to any institution and said, I have a PGC teacher development, a professional graduate certificate in education from the University of London, they would recognise it as having 30 CATS credits. So it's transferable in that sort of way to other places, but it does not license teachers. And that's based on what I said before. How can we license teachers who are in another country when we're not in that country? We don't understand the cultural issues in that country. We don't understand the needs of children in Nigeria. And therefore, the Institute of Education does not offer to tell you how to do it in your country. What we do is engage you in thinking about how you should do it, and we empower you to do it yourself. We ran a pilot in 2015-16 in Indian schools in Dubai with a group. And in Dubai, private schools are assessed by a government group called known as CADA. It's the Knowledge and Human Development Association, and they inspect private schools every year. All of the teachers who did this program, all of them their outcomes from inspection were increased by 2 levels, so that even teachers who'd been identified as being inadequate had become good teachers by the end of this program. And those who were adequate have become excellent teachers. So it's really quite a powerful program. In the program, to see teaching in the classroom, we get the participant teachers to choose a colleague to peer mentor them. So you're not observed by us, but you are observed by another colleague in your school, and you have discussions together. And we found, certainly in the pilot, that was a very important part of this program. So rather than us telling you how to think, you're working it out for yourselves. So why the IOE and University of London? Well, both of us have developed distance learning and, I would say, online learning techniques now, so that we have really valuable ways of doing it. The collaboration means that we can, in bringing together our strengths, which include working in international work and working with students from different cultures and the challenges those students may have for changing their practice, we can now run a program that is much, and I mentioned cost earlier, this is far more feasible for you.